Hello everybody and welcome back to World of Warships Legends. My name is Spartan Elite 43 and tonight we are back in the Vanguard. Now it has been a very long time, I believe, since the last time we were in the Vanguard. A lot of folks been requesting it. Hey Spartan, why don't you jump into Vanguard? Hey Spartan, jump into Vanguard. I haven't seen a Vanguard video in a while. There's a reason for that. I don't like the ship. Alright? It's so ho-hum. It's not nearly as bad as it used to be. But it's still just not a fun ship to play. Is it a capable ship? Absolutely. You got short fuse armor piercing that absolutely wrecks people. You've got, especially cruisers, you've got HE that is fantastic. Everything about this ship makes it somewhat viable. But the problem is, you make one mistake. Just like any other battleship, you get caught broadside one time. That's the end of your game. You can't out-heal it. It just absolutely obliterates you. Now, you saw me see the Cleveland right off the bat. Alright, now this ship, because of its short fuse armor piercing, is uniquely capable of getting rid of cruisers. However, I can't not take a shot at a broadside Colorado. And so you see me trying to look above, see which direction he's going. He's not really moving a whole lot of either way. So screw it, we're taking the shot broadside on Colorado. Any other battleship would probably have pushed delete right there. But still, 16,000 damage, not a bad way to start. Now, we know the Cleveland is capturing the base. We saw him going into the base, so we are going to push up on him. Cleveland should never take this engagement. Ever. If you're in a Cleveland, don't ever do this. By the way, I was aiming a little high there. You can see we were getting a lot of penetrations, but they were all at the waterline. We need to hit just before the ship, and there's the Citadel. You want those shots to be hitting under the water. It's not a huge adjustment, but it is something that I have noticed has helped me quite a bit with these light cruisers especially. Heavy cruisers, not so much, but the light cruisers, if you're aiming into the water, you can see we make good use of that reload booster, removing the Cleveland from play as quickly as possible. Any chance you get to take out a Cleveland, especially this early in the match, take it. You cannot leave that thing alive. Now that being said, there's a New Orleans out there behind that island that's shooting at me. We are detected. There is a tier 5 Byron in here, because why wouldn't there be, right? I'm sure he failed platooned with somebody as a tier 6. But honestly, I don't know how much damage the guy gets. We'll have to look at the after action report. But he lasts longer than almost everybody on his team. So either he was completely useless or he did a lot better than most of his team did. But you're going to see that I push up, try to get some shots at the Romo while we have a chance. I fire a lot of armor piercing. I know a lot of folks love to shoot their HE out of this thing. And don't get me wrong, it is very effective. But here's the problem with HE, in my opinion, especially on battleships. Okay? Yes, it is possible to start a lot of fires. Yes, it is possible to get a lot of damage. But the problem with fire damage is it can all be healed back. Especially if you're fighting battleships. You know what can't be healed back as easily? Armor piercing damage. So if you want damage that sticks, rather than just seeing a giant number at the top right-hand corner of the screen, that's why you want to get with the AP. And this does have good AP, much like all of the other ships. Now there we aim a little bit too far forward of him, and this second shot ends up splashing because he turns out. He got very lucky not to be removed. If he had gone a little bit faster, if I had slightly less anticipated how fast he was going, we would have pulled that. Now, I'm already anticipating the Colorado coming around the corner. I do not want to be broadside to a Colorado, especially at this range. He will remove me from the battle. So, what we want to do is keep this New Orleans honest, make him go as far away from everything as possible. The battleship behind me is going to have a chance to potentially push up, and we are angled pretty well against him, so we don't really have to worry about him too much. He can absolutely punch us really hard. The Vanguard, for some reason, especially when it's sailing away, is especially vulnerable to being penetrated, at least by 16-inch rounds. So that is one thing that I've noticed in mine. But we get a good shot into the Odin over here, again using armor piercing. We're up to 86,000 damage done with armor piercing. Have we even fired HE at this point? I don't think we have. Which is what I'm getting to. We are using the Nelson Commander, okay? We are more than capable of setting fires. I set 2-3 fires every time I actually hit something, usually, with HE in this thing. Which means it's devastating with fire. But, like I said, you heal all that back, especially as battleships. So he gets lucky once again to get away with this. And here I'm getting into the chat a little bit. I'm going to be like, guys, there is a battleship, a cruiser, and a destroyer over here. The Odin's already gone. What are you guys waiting on? Get into the base. We need to get this capped so that we can start moving back across the map. And so we take another shot at this guy. We know that their destroyer is in B. All right? There's nobody else that's been spotted that is in B. So that is something we have to be aware of. Because as soon as we finish with this, guess where that guy's likely to be heading? Right towards us. So we've got to be really well aware of that. And because we sail into the base and start this capping, we're going to be able to capture it pretty quickly because we end up with 3 people in the cap really, really quickly. And that is a huge thing. Now, we have 5 heals in this thing because of the tank build commander. Nelson has the, whatchamacallit perk, I forget. When you get it to 16, you get 2 heals instead of 1. So you end up with 5 heals. And these British super heals that you get are insane. So being able to get even more of those, I mean, there's not really a replacement for that. You can take a lot of damage, especially fire starters. Guys, if you're having trouble fighting fires, like if you're struggling a lot with people setting you on fire, run a tank build with the Vanguard. Okay? Seriously, I'm not joking. Run a tank build with the Vanguard. Get that thing maxed out to 16, get your extra heal, and you will have no more worries about fires. The only time you ever have to worry about a fire in this thing when you have 5 heals is if you get more than 2. 2 you can deal with. Let me just say that again. You can deal with 2 fires. You don't even have to put it out at 2 fires. I usually do because by the time I end up using them, I don't have to worry about being set on fire again. Again, the armor piercing in this thing, fantastic at removing cruisers. It wallops battleships too, especially battleships that wouldn't normally think that they're going to get hit real hard. Iowas, Bismarcks, Tirpitz, any of the American, German battleships, because of the amount of HP that they have in their superstructure, this short fuse armor piercing can punish you at long distance, as this Bayern is going to be finding out. But not yet, but he will. That was a rough shot. We're loading the HE. Why? Because the last known position of the destroyer was really close by. Now we still have 2 heals left. We're about to get our damage con back. And the destroyer is on the other side of this island. Now our destroyer is doing the right thing. Instead of just running after the battleship or running over to try to capture that, he's doing his best to spot the Kagero. And I respect the crap out of that. Whoever our destroyer is, I appreciate you. Seriously, no joke, no laughs, no, ill intent. Like, this is your job, especially at this point in the game, because you're one of the few people that can find that slippery little punk. So, because he actually keeps him spotted, watch what we do with our HE. Now, this Kagero, if he had gotten hit with much more than he actually gets hit with, he's dead. We only hit him with 2 rounds, guys. We set a fire and we took over half his hit points. British HE and the HE from the Japanese as well, but British HE in particular can one-shot destroyers from full health. No joke. It is one of the most reliable HEs against destroyers that I have ever used. And of course we set 2 fires on that last shot as we sink him, because that's the way that works. Now Bayern over here is doing the right thing. He's going after the cruiser, trying to get some more damage before this one's over. He sees I'm pushing up on him. I'm already trying to rotate my guns to the left side of the ship, anticipating. I was expecting him to go to the left. He actually ends up coming back to the right, so I end up wasting a little bit of time here, but not that much. Well, we get a good shot. There's that superstructure hit I was talking about where we get over, 3,200 damage with 1 penetration, and we get a little bit of damage with the other, so probably 5,000 to 6,000 damage in total. And then we're going to be able to do it again here in a moment. Now, torpedoes on the way. Is he going to catch it? It looks like he's going to outrun it. He turned in time. We get the shot off, and once again, just showcasing how good the armor piercing is. Shooting up into that superstructure, we absolutely wrecked him. Now, the Akizuki on our team, just coming back to see if he can't steal the kill. I can't really blame him. He did his job with the destroyer, and I kind of yoinked it. But Either way, it was a good game for the team. It was a good showcase of the AP on the Vanguard. You guys know I love the AP. 132,000 damage, 2 kills, and almost 3,000 base XP top of the leaderboard. High caliber and first blood. So if you like what I'm doing, punch the like button, leave a comment below, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and as always, I will see you in the next video.